which brings me to light at the end of the tunnel and winning through Intimidation, which is the Yami Yugi versus Panik duel. And man, this one is quite something. Mai loses all of her star chips to Panik, who is an eliminator, basically someone who Pegasus hires to go out and eliminate duelists from the tournament, and he makes a ton of money by doing that. I mean, the guy said he could have retired a long time ago, but does it for the love of the game, basically. By the way, a lot of people would probably think, why would Mai bet all 8 of her star chips? And I used to think that as a kid too, but clearly Panik just kidnapped her and strong-armed her into it. He forced her into this duel, betting all of her star chips. He's bigger, stronger. She has no choice. Yami is a badass good guy. I'm probably going to say that multiple times throughout this video. And again, love a good guy standing up to a bully moment. And I am also operating under the assumption that Panik must count as a representative for Pegasus, just like Ghost Kaiba did. So if he beats Yugi, Pegasus will be able to take over Kaiba Corp. I don't understand how being an eliminator is such a lucrative business, but apparently it is. Again, like I said before, Panik doesn't care about the money anymore, only the thrill of defeating his opponents. This is going to be a fairly niche reference because I don't think nearly enough people played and talked about this video game, which is Star Wars Bounty Hunter, but Panik loving the thrill and not caring about the money reminds me very much of Montross from that video game, voiced by the great Clancy Brown, by the way. Again, I'm hoping somebody understands that reference.
I'm on the hunt. I'm on the hunt.
But Panik straight up surrounds Yugi with flames to intimidate him, and it's so crazy that that's allowed. I gotta be honest, a vast majority of this duel is not even spent on the actual duel. Most of it is just the intimidation tactics by Panik, and he, if we're being honest, totally sucks as a duelist and relies entirely on those intimidation tactics. And just like the Mako duel, once again, Yugi is unable to see monsters, which is so overpowered. The guy just can't catch a break with these gimmick duelists, but of course, he catches all of the breaks in order to get out of it, so I guess it kind of evens out. And he attacks the darkness with Winged Dragon, Guardian of the Fortress. What the heck does that even mean? The darkness isn't a card, so very odd. There are many strange things in this duel, and of course that's the first one. It's also a reused animation. By the way, it's the same one they used in episode 1, but that's not really that big of a deal. They do that quite a bit. And you can see the monsters briefly, and then they disappear. So what in the world was that? Made absolutely no sense. Although I have to say, Yami predicting exactly when he'll win the duel and the bait with Swords of Revealing Light was absolutely brilliant. Mai continues to think that Yami is going to break just like Panik broke her, but Yami is a different breed. He is unbreakable. If it was regular Yugi or someone else, she'd probably be right. But this stuff will not work on Yami. So what's weird about this version of Reaper of the Cards is that it destroys spells, apparently, although the real one destroys traps and is a flip effect, so it's quite a bit different. But the warning on Panik's screen was pretty cool. It was fantastic bait by Yugi to where it was actually Spellbinding Circle, and now he was free to play the Swords of Revealing Light. And we hear the Summon the Dragon theme as he does so. Badass. In fact, as opposed to getting weaker like Mai thought he would, Yami appears to be getting stronger and more confident, and Panik seems to be the one that is breaking or panicking, if you will. But this Spellbinding Circle automatically redirects an attack to an opponent's monster? Okay, we didn't see that effect before, and obviously that's not part of the real-life card. I said Swords is pretty useless in this format with no direct attacking. However, in this specific duel, it is quite useful because it allows Yugi to see. Also, Do people always play the card that they draw in this series? It doesn't seem like they ever play cards that were already in their hand. Mai, of course, continues to have no faith in Yami, and Panik keeps wanting him to forfeit, showing that he has really no faith in his actual dueling abilities. Mai seems to finally come around and understand what Yami is up to, and the other card was Polymerization. Nice. Gaia the Dragon Champion is a pretty dope monster, not gonna lie. Didn't really see any use in real life, but it is a very cool monster in the show. Wait a minute. Why does Little Guardian go in front of all of Panik's other monsters? That's not how it works at all. You can't do that. But Catapult Turtle increasing its attack and launching at the castle, and the swords were holding the castle up, and then the castle goes down and crushes all of Panik's monsters and taking the rest of his life points? What the heck was that? That is one of the dumbest rulings I have ever seen. It is right up there with attacking the moon. Super infamous. None of that makes even a lick of sense. And Yami, by the way, I just want to point out, giving up his life points for this, which is nice because they're a resource. It was worth giving them up to do this, but the rest of the play was just so nonsensical. Also, does the field just like magically sense when Yugi's turn is over? Does it hear him saying he ends his turn? It's not like he pressed a button or anything. It's as soon as he said that, the swords went away and Panik lost. And then Panik straight up tries to kill Yugi with the fire. Talk about being a sore loser. Good thing Yugi has the puzzle and he's able to stop it, because if it were anyone else, he would have literally died. And then he mind crushes Panik, which is totally deserving. The guy is a total piece of garbage. Despite the insane rulings, this duel does serve to show how unshakable Yami is in the face of bullies and the lengths he will go to protect his friends. I did think it was really funny when Joey threatened to take all of my star chips, and then all of a sudden she wants them because Joey wants them, and she refused to take them earlier, but then he ends up giving them to her, which is honestly a really nice character moment between the two. And I really enjoy Mai and Joey's relationship, and it gets explored further as the show goes along. But that's kind of just like little kids, you know? They want just what their sibling has, even though they didn't want it before.